Hello, this is Mr. Alcaro. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through some information regarding our scheduling here at the junior high school. One of the things that we're going to be addressing is how you determine what model you would follow as a student here at Exeter Junior High School. Exeter Junior High School actually has a very unique schedule. It's one that works very well for us, both in a brick and mortar setting, and will work really well for us virtually. But for you at home, what's important for you to know, number one, is that you will follow one of the models that you see here before you. So, as a seventh grade student, there are actually four different scheduling models that you could follow. As an eighth grade student, there are three. That might sound confusing, but hopefully, as we go through this, and once you see that you will only follow one of these models, this process will become a lot easier for you. We will do everything that we can to help assist you in that process. So before we start going through some examples regarding the different models and how you would determine that, there are a couple items that I'd like to point out. Number one, lunch. Lunch will be from 11:22 to 11:56 for everybody this year, starting on Monday, August 31st, when we start our full day virtual schedule. With that said, on your Skyward schedule, which is what you'll be using here today to find out what model you will follow, you will notice that your lunch period is either period 9, period 11, or period 13. As we go through this process, you'll see that depending on what model you will follow, one of those periods will actually be omitted from your schedule. For instance, if you look here at Model 2 for 7th grade, you'll see that the period sequencing goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then there's a lunch, but then it goes from 8 to 10. That's because for this schedule, lunch is actually period 9. Now, on the Model 3 schedule, you would see the same sequencing, 1 through 8. However, there's a lunch that's built in, period 9, 10, and then it goes from 10 to 12. That's because for this model, period 11 is actually going to be the lunch. But because we're going into a virtual environment with a very different schedule than what we would have during a regular school day, that period 11 is omitted. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through how you as an individual are going to determine what model you would follow as either a 7th grade student or an 8th grade student. So to get started here with determining what model you will be in for this upcoming school year, the first thing that I would ask you to have out is, if you look on the right-hand side of my screen here, this is an example of a Skyward schedule. So you're going to want to have your Skyward schedule in front of you, not Schoology, Skyward. Skyward is where you will find the period by period sequence that you're going to need to use to help figure out what model you are going to follow. So once you have your Skyward schedule out, the other thing you might want to have out is a schedule model cheat sheet. Well, you can find that on the website right below where this video is. That cheat sheet is going to help you to kind of take you through step by step how I'm going to take you through how to figure out what model you would follow as a 7th or an 8th grade student. So we have our Skyward model out. So how do I know what model I should follow? First, the first thing that you need to do is looking on your Skyward schedule is you need to figure out what your lunch period is. Remember, lunch will either be period 9 or it will be period 11 or period 13. On the right-hand side, you will see an example of a 7th grade Model 1 schedule. This is a period 9 lunch. The second thing that needs to occur is you need to figure out where your ELA class is. So ELA classes are going to be found in 3-period sequences. So that might mean periods 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, or 15, 16, 17 is also possible. In the schedule on the right-hand side, you will see that ELA is scheduled periods 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we now know that our period 9 lunch, and we have ELA periods 1, 2, and 3. If you look at the chart, this is 7th grade Model 1, so 7th grade student, lunch period 9, ELA periods 1, 2, and 3, which means they are going to be a Model 1 student. It is possible for a Model 1 student to also have ELA periods 4, 5, and 6. So as long as you can figure out where your lunch period is on your Skyward schedule and where your ELA periods are utilizing the cheat sheet, it will tell you what model you are to follow. So let's move on to a Model 2 student so that you can see what that looks like, a 7th grade Model 2 student. Okay, so 7th grade Model 2 student, we are once again, first of all, looking for lunch. Lunch can be found here, period 9. We are now looking for ELA. So our ELA is found here, periods 10, 11, and 12. So if we go back to our cheat sheet, we found a period 9 lunch. We found an ELA class that was periods 10, 11, or 12. So that means that this is a Model 2 schedule. It is possible that in this model, you would also see an ELA class, periods 13, 14, and 15. Next, I'll show you what a Model 3 schedule looks like for a 7th grade student. Okay, so now we are looking at a Model 3 schedule for a 7th grade student. So we know this is a 7th grade student. We're now looking for lunch. You'll notice that no longer is lunch going to be period 9, but lunch is actually in here as period 11. The next thing we need to do is still find our ELA class. Well, our ELA class here is 12, 13, and 14. If you go to the cheat sheet, you will see period 11 lunch, ELA periods 12, 13, and 14. In fact, if you have a period 11 lunch and you are a 7th grade student, you will always be a Model 3 student. It is the only lunch period that has a Model 3 designation. So period 11, 7th grade, is always going to follow our Model 3 schedule. The next thing I'll show you for 7th grade is a Model 4 schedule. So here you have an example of a Model 4 schedule for a 7th grade student. The first thing you always do is look for lunch. Well, lunch for a Model 4 student is not period 9 or period 11, but actually shows up here, period 13. Now, you'll also notice that your ELA class will run 4, 5, and 6, or 1, 2, 3. But really, what's most important here is lunch, because if you're a 7th grade student and you have a 13, all right, for your period for lunch, then you will always be a Model 4 student. So 13 for your lunch period, you will be following our Model 4 schedule. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to do the same thing, figuring out what model to follow if you are an 8th grade student. So if you're looking at my screen now, you'll see that we've transitioned from a 7th grade student schedule to an 8th grade student schedule. The process is still going to be the same. The first thing you're always going to look for is your Skyward schedule, and you're going to be looking for your lunch period. For this 8th grade student, and this is a Model 1 8th grade student schedule, you'll notice that their lunch is scheduled for period 11. Because their lunch is period 11, we'll need to know where their ELA classes are. Their ELA class is 12, 13, and 14. It could also in this schedule be 15, 16, and 17. However, if you actually look at the cheat sheet for an 8th grade student with an 11th period lunch, they will always follow our Model 1 schedule. It's nice to know where the ELA periods may reside, but the 11th period lunch will always dictate a Model 1 schedule for an 8th grade student. The next thing I'm going to show you here in this video is an 8th grade Model 2 schedule. For 8th grade, there are going to be period 13 lunch for 2 of our models. So this is where it becomes very important for you to look and identify not only where your lunch is, because that is the first thing you will always do, but also where your ELA period is in your schedule. So if we are an 8th grade student with a period 13 lunch, we're looking now for ELA. ELA in this schedule is period 3, period 4, and period 5. It could also be 6, 7, and 8. But because we know that it's 3, 4, and 5, and because there is a 13 for their lunch, so period 13 lunch, 13 plus a 3, 4, 5 ELA equals a Model 2 schedule for this 8th grade student. The last thing I will show you is a 8th grade Model 3 schedule. So the last model that we have here today that you can see on my screen is of a 8th grade Model 3 schedule. Once again, what you will look for on your Skyward schedule is your lunch period. This lunch period is period 13. We now need to look for our ELA class. ELA in this schedule is 4, 5, and 6. It could also be 1, 2, and 3. In a Model 3 schedule, we now have a 13 for the lunch period, a 4, 5, and 6 ELA. So for this 8th grade student, they will follow Model 3. So that's an overview of how you would determine which of these models you would follow. Remember, you will only follow one of these models. You will either be a 7th grader following Model 1, or Model 2, or Model 3, or Model 4. Once you've figured out your model, you don't need to worry about the times for the other models. Identifying your model is the most important thing for you to be able to do, and we will assist you in that process further by including on our website here links to tutorial videos to help guide you through this process. So once you know what model you are in, you're going to then proceed to the next step in this process, which is going to be to click on the grade level below, click on the link for that model, which will take you to an additional tutorial video that will help explain to you how you take your Skyward schedule and put that into a grid format. Thank you very much for your time and have a great year.